Discover Akwa Ibom. Discover Akwa Ibom. Discover Akwa. Hey. Welcome to Akwa Ibom, the best place to be. Welcome to Akwa Ibom, the promised land. I discover Akwa Ibom, a peaceful people. So you are welcome to Akwa Ibom. Come on, I'm coming. I said, come, live, walk and invest in Akwa Ibom. This is the promised land. Come, walk and live and invest in Akwa Ibom. Discover Akwa Ibom. The determination of the administration of Governor Udom Emmanuel to grow the economy of Akwa Ibom State by attracting foreign direct investment and create jobs has remained unwavering. The journey towards what was considered a mere thought is gradually drawing to the expected destination with the nearing completion of the tallest office building in Akwa Ibom State. Christened Smart Building, the 21-story building is designed and constructed to provide internationally acceptable office space for investors and other international oil and gas companies, indicating interest to partner Akwa Ibom State government in her development agenda. Realizing through frequent interaction that the absence of standard office accommodation could delay the establishment of administrative head offices of international oil companies, IOCs, in Akwa Ibom State, the state government in 2018 commenced the construction of the smart building, focusing to complete by 2020. The complex, which design and construction are being handled by a Turkey construction firm, VKS Nigeria Limited, based on client brief, has already become a tourist attraction site. The smart building is 108 meters high, occupying 48,000 square meters hectares of land. The ground floor is designed to accommodate banks and restaurants, among others. The mechanical floor has ducts that take out liquid and solid waste from the building. From the second to the 20th floor, the building is designed to house 4 end users without one inconveniencing the other. There are 2 emergency exits, fire-rated staircases, 4 lifts, and FM200 fire protection facilities to give advance information to avert any emergency. The 21st floor is a terrace that gives access to behold the beauty and serene nature of Uyo, the capital city. The smart building is resting on 49 driven pile foundations with a minimum of 35 to 37 meters tied with pad.
Other facilities that distinguish the smart building from a normal business building is the presence of a sewage plant, drainage, the fuel pump, 24 hours electricity supply, the cooling system, energy saving card reader system, the automated bump barriers for cars at the entrance, internet communication pole, and aviation warning signs at the four corners of the building. There is a 500 car park capacity floor space, including those for the physically challenged persons. According to architect Nelson Esienete, the construction architect, Snyder Engineering Limited, supervisor of the architectural and engineering works of the building, life and death loads are considered in architectural work. The facade is near completion. Access to the building is controlled and there is no room for loitering.
We have a solid team that is supervising the building, from the architecture to other aspects of the construction. And so we make sure that all that was designed, we follow it end to toe. There's no deviation. The quality control mechanism here is put into force. We're working seriously with that. An intelligent building to house offices, where we have a podium that's wide, which contains some service areas, the banks and other things that we have. And then from the second floor to the last floor, the office spaces. Some are open floor offices, some are partitioned to suit users. And so that's what was considered. And a lot of things also, when designing this kind of caliber of building, you have to put a lot of things into place during designing. You have to think about the safety, the security, the ventilation, the circulation, the air, all that had been taken into consideration. The architectural, the structural, the mechanical, electrical. So all form one unit to work together to provide a beautiful edifice as we have here.
Engineer Akanu Ibiam Ndon, the structural consultant, Snyder Engineering Limited, says every material used in the construction meets international standard.
The 21-story building here in Akwa Ibom is one of the strongest buildings in this part of the world. We did a soil test and the concrete in this building is designed to C40. C40 design is actually what is used for bridges. So you can imagine having a building designed with the quality of a bridge. Every concrete that is casted on the site is tested, and the rebars, the reinforcement are also tested. It's built to an international standard with all the international facilities in there. This project is one of the projects that we see in TV, but now we are part of it happening here live.
Engineer Richard Ekwe is the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Special Duties and Aviation, the supervising ministry for the Smart Building Project.
The 21-story Smart Building Project is one of the flagship projects of this administration. And considering the elaborate strategies for the completion agenda, I can assure you that the project will be completed even before the official completion date of December 2020. Already, the ordinary Akwa Ibom people have started benefiting from this project. When the project was inaugurated, you will agree with me that it has provided a lot of jobs to our youthful population, especially in the catchment areas. A lot of businessmen in the state have also benefited. And I also want to say it has also helped to advance capacity development of our local professionals, both in government and outside of government. And this is in tandem with the key agenda of this government of human capacity development. So, and again, long term, when the project comes on stream, a lot of investors are coming to bringing their business to Akwa Ibom to establish, and that will provide jobs. That will provide a lot of opportunities. You need to look at the building during the Christmas period. It was a spectacle to behold with the LED lights that was coming up in the night, and a lot of people have been calling us, telling us, wow, this is wonderful. It's a sense of accomplishment for our people. What they see in other lands, even outside the country, they can now also be part of that scenario right at their own backyard. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for our people.
I am an Akwa Ibomite, and I rise to the thread of greatness. Medakata.
Akwa Ibom State, the pinnacle of peace, unity, and prosperity. Home of investors, piloted by His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel. Few years of fulfilled promises in the areas of industrialization, agriculture, and food security, free and compulsory education, free healthcare delivery to the young ones and the elderly, infrastructural transformation, and human capacity development, youth and sport, transport and tourism. Come and be part of the completion agenda.
I like Governor Udom Emmanuel, and I love what he's doing in Akwa Ibom State.
We've never had it so good. Only God.
Since the completion agenda of the state government has more revenue generation as part of its goal, the movement of multinational companies into the smart building signals possible increase in the internally generated revenue of the state, and with concomitant possible increase in available funds for the execution of more people-oriented projects. The Commissioner for Information, Sir Charles Udo, assures of a bright economic future for Akwa Ibom State as soon as the smart building is put to use.
This initiative by the current administration of Akwa Ibom State is to provide a necessary infrastructure that would house international oil companies. For instance, ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil has the bulk of its operations in Akwa Ibom State, but the head office of ExxonMobil is not in Akwa Ibom State. So we believe that following years of outcry, preaching, and negotiations with ExxonMobil to relocate his head office to Akwa Ibom State, that with this building, there will be ample office and technological appliances ready for companies like ExxonMobil to consider relocating their head office to Akwa Ibom State. Looking at that building, it's one way of ensuring that ExxonMobil and the likes and other international oil companies would consider relocating and taking advantage of that. Of course, we're not going to give them that building for free. Of course, they're going to have a lease agreement, but most importantly, the economic benefit is enormous. One of the cardinal points of this government has been to provide the enabling environment for investors to come. If you wait and expect that investors would come put up that kind of structure just to relocate their offices here, we might wait for eternity. So we felt that let's take the bull by the horn, let's lead the way. It's part of this government strategy to create an enabling environment for investors to come.
The vision bearer of the project, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, has already commenced serious discussions with potential occupants of the building.
We really appreciate working with you, honestly. We've shown that we can actually work together. So we want to make use of your presence now to streamline the structure, the working relationship, and set the template for the future so that we can work seamlessly. It's our relationship with Vitor, our relationship with Black Rhino, which we're trying to cement. That will have a very serious, positive impact on the economy of the state and Nigeria at large. All this is just to try to push things forward and make things work. And I really appreciate your time, your efforts, and your passion to make things work. So when I see corporate bodies who take interest in a country like ours in Africa, I'm always willing to give my maximum support. And the challenges you have in all other places, I can assure you won't have it here.
The country manager, Mobile Producing Nigeria, Mr. Paul McGrath, the president, Black Rhino, Mr. Bren Hartley, Africa head, Vital, Mr. Pierre Ribeb, had, in company of Governor Udom Emmanuel, inspected the site in September 2019.
I came here to have a look at the pace, the quality, and what's the expected completion time of this project. It's one of those projects that's quite dear to our hearts. My impression about the project is as planned in terms of time efficiency, cost efficiency. So far, I think I'm well pleased with what I'm saying. It's really in terms of quality, because these days that you really need to be sure of what people are putting in for you. And when we call it intelligent building, we really want it to be an intelligent building, a building that should be able to serve all in terms of the best office standards we can ever think of. In terms of communication, ICT, safety, everything you can ever think of in an intelligent building is incorporated here. Well, at this moment, you can see the speed of work here. What's the purpose and what's the investment narrative here? Is to encourage the IOCs who are operating on our shoreline to have their offices here. And we're also believing that Nigeria will make a pronouncement as a country that in Akwa Ibom State, as the largest oil producer, we don't have a single office. No PPMC, no NNPC, no DPR, no NETCO, not even one subsidiary of NNPC is here. If DPR relocates to Akwa Ibom, we already have a building for them. This is a great investment, a huge investment for the state.
This is the ground floor. So from 3rd level to 14th level, we have 4 offices in each floor, which is approximately 150 square meters each. From 3rd level to 14th level. Levels 15 to 19, we have 2 floors. They are approximately 8 square meters each. If we go to next slide, this is the entrance lobby. This is where we will have a reception desk.
This is the 9th tallest building in Nigeria and the first in the entire South. As you could see on the display that we made, we promised that this was going to be a very major intelligent building, first of its kind in Nigeria. And based on what we've seen today is a demonstration of our commitment to deliver that. And this building would just be like flying a Boeing 747, empty from here to Asia, if our corporate partners like ExxonMobil, Vitol, and Black Rhino are not here. That's why they are here to see it for themselves, and we're excited. There's a commitment already that we'll partner to make sure our dreams over this and our commitment is fulfilled. So let me thank the contractors, the ministry, and the entire government apparatus that made this a reality and make it work to this extent. So let me thank the workers too, who are committed to delivering on this project. We believe as you complete this, you also provide a residential quarters for the workers. And with that, we are ready to run.